In this video, I will show you how to put together this graduation cap box, which includes this little gift card holder that will fit within the box diagonally. So here are the different things we're going to use. This is solely for making the tassel, so if you can make it a different way, then you don't need this piece, but it's just a template for you. These are the panels for the box. And then we have this little gift card holder that you can put inside. So there's a little gift card size. And the top and the box. So we can go ahead and put the panels on. So I'm going to show you how to make these little tassels too, but I'll have a referral to different links of people that actually was inspired and showed me how to do it. So really I'm just going to link to their video. I'm going to show you, but I'm not showing you for the sake of, I'm only going to show you for the sake of using this. But the rest of it, I will refer you to the videos because they did it specifically just for the tassel piece. So we'll go ahead and put these on. We're just going to center them. And then the bottom part here, this is just a pattern paper, so this is the bottom. Just going to line this, center these up. And then I'm going to put probably a little enamel dot or something like that. I just want to have different ways to get school colors on it if you want to have school colors. This is a cute digital paper that I found, and it's I love how it has congrats and celebration, you did it, all the words on it, so there's nothing to really put on it. I can give you the information in the notes. If you go to the product page, I'll make sure and put them there. If you do digital papers, we do have a couple, at least one video on digital paper. I don't think I ever got around to do the silhouette one, but it's not that hard to do, and there's lots of help out there. I'll have to do that soon. So once we get these on, we can go ahead and just make the bottom, because the bottom is like super easy. It's just a tall box. So we'll go ahead and fold that over. Add glue to the side tab and just fold it over to adhere. Just like that. Then we'll go ahead and fold those in. If you want something a little heavier, you can fold these and put them on the bottom, glue them on the bottom on the outside, like this, and add glue here. But I'm going to fold them on the inside for this particular video. So we just want to add glue to the edges here. And what's helpful to have is something like a wooden chopstick or something that has a blunt edge, not too sharp, that you can reach in to apply pressure. So I do have a wooden chopstick. So if you don't have one of those in your arsenal of craft things, next time you go to a Chinese restaurant or somebody you know goes to a Chinese restaurant, see if they can pick you to set up or take out, whatever it is. So once I just kind of rub it lightly, I can turn it over and apply pressure to the tabs I just glued. You could use any blunt tool. I just find this works well for me. So this is going to be big enough to fit this in diagonally, like that. So you could put a couple pieces of candy. So really it's kind of like a gift card holder, but you could also put just the candy nuts or something like that. But it won't fit down the side, so just be aware of that. I kind of fit it to make it small and easy to make. For somebody who wanted to make a quick personalized box. So just to close this up or to glue this, just go ahead and add glue to these. So we have it folded. You see how it's folded? And you're going to fold those over and add glue this way. I'm just going to fold it over carefully. Line it up and apply pressure. Just be careful not to add glue too close to the edges, or it will glue shut in the wrong place and then you won't be able to get a gift card in. So I have this little piece that's sized like it, just to make sure, and it goes all the way in like that. So hats off to you. So just make sure, and if you wanted to stick something in there like that, you could actually put the credit cards the same size as a gift card, vice versa. So, and then this is just folds over like this, and there's a little cut. So you just go ahead and flip it closed like that. So, excuse me. And if you're wondering, I'm using American Crafts textured cardstock and for this project mostly. And then on this one I'm using Barely Art glue. So in here, I actually made a hole because I decided that I need to have a hole there to help match it up. But there'll be a hole in yours, so it'll be a clean hole like that size. But for this one, all you gotta do is fold it over like this. I didn't want to recut the whole piece, and it's not gonna be, I mean, they'll be able to see if they look up, but it just won't be able to be seen. So once you get that glued, just like that, you can just add glue to, you can go like this, because what's going to happen is this is going to go on top, like that. So like that, with that up. So you add glue on the inside like that. You flip it over. So this is the top of the lid. But we're just going to add this big piece. So when you put this on, you'll want to match it up. So you could go sideways like this if you wanted. So let me show you. Make sure this is glued. It's going to be like that on the side. But you can just line up the holes, and I know that you're not seeing the lined up holes right now, but you're going to see the lined up hole. So let me just poke through it here. So you're going to line up that hole, and then you can put it straight like this, or you can go sideways, which I think it will look better sideways, like that. So if you do that, you want to make sure that you see, there we go, back to back. So you'll want to make sure you have it the way you want. So we'll just do it that way. And you can see on the bottom how it's attached, what it'll look like. So how we're going to attach it is twofold. So we want to put this tassel on. So I'll show you how to put the tassel on to make the tassel in a minute, but just assume you had it made, so you may have to just go ahead and I'll explain how to make the tassel. I don't want to break it up, the assembly right now, so they're assuming you might have to go ahead and just look at the tassel part. But we want to put this through the hole. So this is a black, or you could use any color brad. It's like a medium size. And it's going to go all the way through, like that. So we can rotate it. So I guess you could glue it on if you wanted to, or you could do it tight, but you really can't do it tight because we got to get the tassel on. So here's the tassel, and I still have to tie it. So I provided this as a tassel helper to help you size it similar to mine. You can make it a little bit bigger, but just so you know, you can cut any size cardstock if you want to make it bigger, or use the method on the alternative video that I linked below. I have 2 videos I'll be linking. It is not an original idea, but I found both were helpful. So what I would say, for me, I just did 10 times, but you can do it as much as you want. So if I just start with that, then wrap it around 10 times. So you could do a bigger piece of cardstock, and don't do it tight, else it'll bend like this. It's not hard and fast 10 times, by the way. And that's my fancy. I share. My sister shared some of this twine with me, so this is my little fancy twine thing. So I'll just stop at that, like that. So I haven't done a ton of these, so it takes me a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. I have to have a special scissors for twine to cut cleanly. Then I'm going to take about, like a little bit less than a foot of this so I can trim it. Oh, actually not that one, I'm sorry. For this one, you want to take another, for this particular box, it gives you enough to tie. So we're going to create the tie at the top. So I'm just going to slide this in here. And tie it at the top. Again, this is, I'm going to slide it off now that I tied it. I'm going to tie it tight. And that'll be our, right here, the way we attach it on the top. Okay, so we're going to take this alternating color and create the neck piece to wrap it around up at the top. I don't know if it's called the neck, but I'm assuming. So we went a little loop like that. So there's the video I linked is very clear. I'm going to go ahead and make sure you hold it in place. Don't let go of it because that loop's important to create a hidden knot. That's what it does. So we're just going to start wrapping it around, and I'm just going to get the first couple things done to get it in place. So I'm not an expert, so again, I just watched a YouTube video, which many of us do, and created my own. So I probably didn't need that much. But now you're going to take this end that we're wrapping. I'm going to cut it. Get that out of the way. And now I'm going to place that through the loop. So there's through the loop. So I'm going to take this other one and pull gently. And it creates a little hidden knot down there. And pull from the, now I'm pulling from both sides. So I did an alternating color, so if you didn't do an alternating color, if you just did it one color like I intended it to, you can just go ahead and it'll blend right into these pieces, or you can cut them off. So I'm going to assume I'm doing it with one color. And you could do it cleaner, so you can just take the time to do that neck a little cleaner. And the thing that is suggested is we need to cut through these loops. I was able just to cut the loops at one point and just trim them off, so that's one thing you could do. So I'm going to show you. They do tape around it to hold it in place, but we're not going to do that because I'll just be playing around with the tape. So I'm just going to go like this. This is how I did it. So it's up to you what works best for you. You can do it the really, this is what I call the quicker way. And then take all these, assuming they're the same colors, you can blend those in. This is where the tape comes in handy if you want to keep everything straight. But to me, all I did was just trim the edge. So hold it tight and trimmed it until it looks good to me. So that's how I did that. Again, there's links to videos, other videos if you want to watch those. So the way it's going to go once we have the tassel is that we'll go ahead and put this in. You want to line up the holes, whether you glue it or have it brad or not, because you could always glue it, but you want to make sure you can rotate it to have it like that. And once we're ready to do it, we'll do that. We just need the tassel first. So it can be, you know, sideways at a 45-degree angle, which I think it looks best. I mean, you can always go straight too if you like the straight look. That's up to you. But let's go ahead and do the tassel first. But if you didn't want to use a brad, you could always just line this up and do the same and glue it on and put something else on the top as embellishment, like a gemstone or something, or something similar, pearl or bead, something like that. So let's go ahead and go to this. So there's a video below that I linked. There's a couple videos on how to make tassels, and you can look them up. So the one thing I did include was this to help you size it. So as far as putting it together, I'm going to go over part of it, but I'm not going to be doing the best tutorial on this, so sure enough, but this is going to help you size it lengthwise. So if you wrap it around this about 10 times or more, I mean, you can always do a test one and see if you like it. Of course, you have to have enough. So I'm just using strings for this demo. Let's see. So start there, just made it a little bit longer there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going real tight so I can pull it to the end. 7, 8, 9, 10. And twine, I used embroidery floss for this one, so that's that look. And then I used some braided type twine for that one, which I'll probably be the one I used. This one was folded, so I'm getting a lot of folds in it. So I'm just going to go one more for measure, good measure. Get scissors that cut, because that's important when you're doing this. Then I'm going to get a piece that's big enough to make the tie on the top. Now, I do this slightly different than others, so that's why I said I want you to watch this other video, because it gives you the gist of it, and they're very good at what they did. And it was not my idea. I looked it up. So this is not my idea. It's been around for a while, but I had to find a good video. So you see like that, I just weeded a piece underneath there. And this has to be big enough to tie to the top. So just gonna tie that there, and you can tie it in a knot if you wanted to. Depends on the type of string you're using. Then here, everything that I've used it with is different. The twine was the easiest so far, and the string is proving to be easier. So then once you have it tied, you can do that. So I may not have made it quite big enough to hang down, but let's see. So it's better to make that tie longer. Not quite, but I'm giving you the gist of it at least. That's my intention with this. So if you can see, my tie is a lot longer up here. So it looks like we want it to be at least how long is that? We want to hang off kind of like this, but not hit the ground. So it's about, you'd be safe to have about 4 or 5 inches, so you can tie it, so you have a little bit extra. So when you tie it, you want this to be about 10 inches that ties around. I should have put that in a knot, so I'm going to do that. So if you're watching the other video, you can just bypass this to the next step. But basically what you do at this point, and like I said, all different, these are different. So this is even acting different than the other ones I did. But you'll have to, there's a method here, and this is where I'm going to stop. I just wanted to show you how to do this part. So what I want you to do is go over to that video, and basically what it's going to do is have you wrap around some more twine here, but they do it a little bit better than I'll be able to do it without practicing 500 million times. So I just put some scissors away, and then help you get a hidden knot in there to make something similar to this, but theirs looks way better. But this is thicker, so you can see different consistencies are going to give you different things. So as if, I don't want to mess you up, but I'll give you the gist of it. I think I did it wrong though, so that's what you have to get a hidden thing, knot, or better knot, you want to loop it like that. Problem is that you need to keep these separate, so you don't want to get confused. And this is where I'm using one single color. But I want you to show you that I can do it. I just didn't want to confuse you, or me for that matter. With a single color, it's hard to keep track of it. So I'm doing this quickly and not the best. And then we take the other end after we put a loop up and do this. So this one didn't tie as well. But it gives you the gist. I mean, I didn't tie it quite right. So anyways, go to that video and then you can trim it. You'll trim it at one point. So I'm going to give you a link to 2 different videos. So if you already did the tassel, you can just forward ahead to the next step. So this is about how much we wanted to hang off. So about an inch. I think there's about an inch. A little bit over an inch. Okay, so keep that in mind when we're putting this together. So we're going to go ahead and get our brad. I'm going to add a little glue to make it not turn on me. I'm going to match up the hole, but I'm going to do it carefully. So I'm going to do it sideways so I don't get the glue everywhere. So once I get it in place, I can apply pressure. So you could just put glue around the middle, and that probably would be better, so you have the ability to rotate it if you needed to. So I think the best way that I found, that I tried different ways, is just put the brad in and then lift it up. I kind of changed from the very beginning in my intention of doing this. Put this under, just tie a little knot. I'm just going to trim it just a bit. You could make it cleaner. I'm sure people can make it cleaner, but there it's hanging down about not quite an inch, and then play and just pretty up the tassel a little bit. Let's just get a little closer. So now this is what it looks like finished. So it's a nice little gift, way to give a gift card. So let's not forget the gift card holder, which you can use for anything. Just slides in, closes like that, but then you can fit it diagonally in here, and there you go. Nice little graduate gift. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this project.